Parliament announced in an email today that it will soon make electric scooters available for free for journeys between EU institution buildings around here. And if you're wondering where the inspiration may have come from, remember this. A couple of weeks ago, European Council President Donald Tusk ripped through the streets of Paris. Could the sheer exhilaration and cool factor inspire MEPs to do the same? Look at that. Isn't that cool?
Really not, no.
And Darren, you had a good try, did you?
I wouldn't say it was a good try. I definitely had a try, not least of all because I was told to. But no, it was. It is interesting, and I think it's an interesting idea. It's clearly going to cost some money. There is now a trial period about to start in the next couple of weeks, with 15 are initially going to be made available. And as you say, I had an attempt to see what it'd be like scooting between the European institutions here in Brussels, and you can probably laugh now at my attempt. Welcome to the European Union's headquarters here in Brussels. As you can see, I'm outside the Commission building here, but the problem is that many of the institutions simply are not that close together. In fact, actually, the Parliament's about a 10-15-minute walk that way. And so, in order to try and get people to move quickly and easily and safely between the buildings, and of course to use public transport, well, the Parliament came up with a new scheme, and it involves these things. Yes, electric scooters. They become somewhat of a fashion, haven't they? You know, as a good political journalist, I'm going to put this to the test. Of course, safety first with the helmet. And let's see how long, how easily, and how quickly and environmentally friendly I can get between the institutions. I'll see you at the Parliament very soon indeed. What do I think of them? Well, first of all, I'm absolutely soaking wet. It's a very wet day here in Brussels. That was certainly quicker. I think it's about 4-5 minutes rather than 10 or 15 minutes. So, will these things take off? I don't know, but more importantly, is it good value for us, the taxpayer?
Use of tax money. Well, it's always more ecological than the cars, so I think, yeah, that could be a good idea.
Couldn't people just walk?
Of course, yeah, but walking takes more time than using this device.
Do you think it's a good idea?
No, make them walk.
Do you think it's a bit of a waste of taxpayers' money then?
Yeah, it does save time with kind of the travel time for them, I suppose. I suppose time is money, but yeah, it's a bit excessive, I'd say.
Darren, that looked fun.
It was fun, and clearly I could do with spending more time in a scooter because I was completely out of breath
So the
by the time I got
raised
to the Parliament.
Yeah.
I think the big question is, I mean, who's really going to use this?
The question you raised, is it a good idea? Is this something worth exploring?
No, I'm a bicycle guy, so I will take a bicycle, actually. So I don't want to use this, but I think. Again, I think walking is nice, and I mean, you also work or think when you walk, or you take your bicycle, where you also exercise a little bit more than on a scooter.
Should taxpayers be paying for this?
No. Look, no. I mean, some MEPs, I believe, have chauffeured cars. Now, you obviously don't. You're a bicycle guy, so take that away from them for a start. 2, let's be honest, 15-minute walk. How often do you go to another EU institution? Yeah, because I go to the Commission every day and I don't see MEPs there that often. So this just looks like an ill-thought-out, stupid idea.
So you're talking about chauffeured cars, though. Wouldn't that be setting an example if you just go with scooters rather than chauffeured?
Take away the cars, give them the scooters.
Okay.
So that's fine. But it's mandatory.
But the thing is that the scooter has become, very fashionable at the moment. So much so that we're seeing kind of all these new companies spring up offering them. But in Paris, they're just about to ban them because actually, they do move quite quickly and you can go on the pavement. And so, it can be a bit dangerous.
On a serious note, though, it's just 15 scooters that will be tried for about 4 months. I mean, what result can you actually get from that? I mean,
well, I think it's the test demand, isn't it?
No, but I think you're right. I mean, in Paris, they're getting banned, but also in San Francisco, they were banned. In Copenhagen, they were there a week and then they would take off the street again because they are just thrown all over the street. So I think, I mean, why don't we just use bicycles or walk or maybe, find other ways of transportation? And you're right, we're only going there maybe once a week. Or
in hindsight, we'll know in hindsight.
One of them costs 500 euros. They're 500 euros each.
All right,
it's not cheap.
No.
We'll look back in 4 months' time and see if it was a good idea or not. All right.
Without me.
Okay.
Not testing the
test it again.